They go straight down the other end and score after being camped in their own half for the last, I'd say, 10-15 minutes. They haven't got out of their own half. So they come out, we don't defend it. As Dave said, you've got someone playing them on side. And now we've got, well, we're going to have to start putting away these opportunities, even though they've been half opportunities. We've got to be, yeah, we've got to be cutting up front.
Here's Ben close for Pompey, midway inside Don's territory. Out it comes to this near side to Dion Donoghue, midway inside home territory. Inside it goes to Conor Ronan, 30 yards from goal. Thinks about the shot, opts for the pass. Still it's Conor Ronan, patient in possession. Exchanges passes with Close away to his right, back out to Matty Kennedy. 25 yards from goal, gets his shot away, screws wide. And that's a disappointing end to that little period of play from Pompey. It's a goal kick to the home side. Pompey need to regroup as we just pass the midway point in this first half. Welcome to Pompey Live, which is brought to you by Kingsley's Bar in Osborne Road. For that perfect night out with friends, find them on facebook.com/Kingsley's Bar. And the score is Milton Keynes Dons 1, Pompey 0. And it's a bit of a travesty because up to that moment it had been all Pompey.
You don't take your chances though, Martin.
Here's Matty Kennedy. Can Pompey create another one? Long ball forward. There's Matt Clark, pressurised by Agard. Down the ladder goes. He wants the free kick, doesn't get one. And out it comes with Oliver Hawkins. Played out to Walks over on that far side. Patient build-up from Pompey. Ben close to Thompson. Out to the left-hand side to Donoghue. He tries to throw the ball forward for Kennedy to get on the end of. Across comes George Williams, the right back, slides in and puts the ball into touch. Pompey have a throw-in level with the edge of the penalty area on this near side. Trading 1-0.
Agard's causing us some problems at the moment because MK are trying to get the ball down the sides of the centre halves. We've got two big centre halves dominant in the air, and Agard's only 5'10". They're not going to try and play the ball. They shouldn't be playing the ball in the air to him. They're going to try and get him in behind the two centre halves, and he's causing issues at the moment.
Free kick to the home side on the halfway line. Or is it a throw-in?
Wow, it's a free kick for foul on Ugbo.
First ever goal, I think, from him, the Chelsea loanee. Had a loan at Barnsley earlier on in the season, didn't get many games, the 19-year-old. Second loan spell of the season for him. Interesting to read this week that loans are very much part of the Pompey plan for the future. I think it is for every side in Leagues 1 and 2, isn't it? As the home side come down the left, threaded in for the goal scorer Ugbo. Back out it goes to Cisse, to Upson. Here's Williams on this near side, to Callum Britton, hugging this near touch on up against Dion Donoghue. And it's one back Pompey, and of course it was Matt Clark wrestling with Agard. And here's an opportunity for Pompey to attack down the left-hand side. Here's Brett Pittman, hasn't seen too much of the ball, running at the defence. Lays it up to the left-hand side to Kennedy. First time cross from him, good cross, no one on the end of it. Here it comes, back out to Thompson, to Ben Close, header Steve from Pompey, Ben Close, just over, wicked shot, going one way than the other, and if it had been on target, a bit lower, it would have gone in.
Had a good view of it from here, didn't we? It went like an arrow, but it was just rising a little bit too much.
I mean, the early build-up play for him was the best part of that. I mean, a good strike, but obviously over the bar from Closey. But disappointing for me, get a decent cross in, no one in there on the end of it. And it was a really good cross in from Kennedy.
Well, the problem with that, Al, is that Pittman had started it in a deeper position. He's the man you'd expect, you'd want in there, isn't he? If it goes over him because he hadn't had much chance to get in the box. Nobody there.
Here's Donoghue down the left-hand side. Bit of trickery from him, then drills it into the box to Pittman at the near post. Ball breaks. Here's Close to Ronan, 30 yards from goal. Lays it off to Clark, who hasn't had too much to do. He makes one of his runs forward and comes out to this left flank and then offers himself up as an option as a left winger. Infield it goes to Conor Ronan. Might like to try a shot here. Does do so. Blocked by the defender Upson. Back it comes to Ronan again. Pompey trailing by 1-0. Out it goes to Walks over on that far side. played forward by Gareth Evans, up against Timon. Spell of possession from Pompey, trying to get back into this game. It's been all Pompey so far, apart from the goal. Ball played by Walks into the box, ups and meets it, puts it behind, and it's a corner to Pompey. Their third of the game, and what we need now after 27 minutes, gentlemen, is a really good in-swinging cross from Dion Donoghue. In front of the Pompey fans, who are making themselves heard, as they did brilliantly last week. Two on the edge, one further back. Here comes the corner, into the 6-yard area, aimed towards Pittman, will break to Gareth Evans, can't get on the end of it, back to Close, who heads it forward to Hawkins, who's still up from the corner. It's picked up by Ronan over on that far touchline. Popping up on that far touchline is Dion Donoghue, of all people. He drills it into the penalty area, aimed towards Pittman. Keeper catches confidently 7 or 8 yards from goal, and then gets in a little tangle with Pittman, and then rolls the ball out. And it's swept out to the right-hand side to Britton. And this will be an opportunity to get at Pompey for the home side. There's Powell that crosses dangerously. Back into the box it comes from Timon, who's up from left back. So a little bit of pressure now from the home side. Lewington has it, the home captain. Back it goes to Cisse on the halfway line once again with the home side, with Lewington. Bit of possession-based football, won back though by Pompey to Connor Ronan. Tries to thread it through to Pittman on the right-hand side. Across goes Wooten, and he plays it back to his own keeper, who releases the ball quickly to Williams, and then plays it forward to Powlett. Some one-touch stuff here from the home side. Dan Machicci's men, which is applauded by the home fans. And now it goes to Lewington on that far touchline. He's got Ugbo short, finds it.
Goals change games, as somebody not a million miles away from us always says, Martin, and they've grown in confidence, you can see it.
And it was Pompey who are utterly dominant in this game up until 21 minutes. Utterly dominant. 3 shots on target. Okay, they hadn't extended the keeper too much, although he did make one flying save. And Pompey are once again in the Milton Keynes half. Here's Dion Donoghue on the left-hand side, out to Kennedy. Right-footed ball into the box to Brett Pittman, who has it on the left-hand side of the penalty. Tries to kick the keeper! Saved by Nichols! Kicks it over. It was going in. Another chance for Pompey.
A decent effort from Pittman. The ball bounced off him initially, but the defender didn't go with him as he tried to retrieve it, and he turned. I think he was probably surprised to see there was no defender within a couple of yards, and just tried to chip the ball over the goalkeeper, who reacted well and tipped it over the crossbar.
Pompey fans chiming. The Blues attacking the goal away to our left, trailing by 1-0, but they have a corner.
Only Bury have scored fewer goals away in the league this season than
Dion Donoghue would take. I wanted to ask you a question about that, Donkey. Can you just remind me in a second? Here comes the corner. 5 available in the box to hit. Aim towards Matt Clark. Headed away by the defender Wooten. Picked up on this near side by Walks. Throw into Pompey. Level the edge of the penalty area. And the Pompey fans want it taken quickly. And it will be taken by Matty Kennedy.
And Walks didn't want to take it because obviously it would have, if we'd lost possession, it would have left him in the wrong area of the field.
Good bit of nous from him. Here's Kennedy driving towards the dead ball line. They're delivering the cross, teasing cross. Keeper extended. It was aimed to Evans over on that far post.
Feel for Matt Kennedy. I mean, he's put in some decent crosses from that left-hand side, Alan. And just nobody there, is there? Nobody challenging for them.
No, I mean, the keeper did well there, to be honest. Come and took that well. I mean, if you're talking about people gaining in confidence, he certainly looks like at the moment, Nichols, bless him, he's coming and claiming everything, made a couple of decent saves as well. But yeah, you're right. I mean, Kennedy has looked very, very lively, and his service has been decent.
Here's Agard on the left-hand side of the box. Across goes Hawkins for Pompey, who will now have to defend this attack. Back it goes to Upton. To Williams on the edge of the centre circle. Out to Britton. Nice play from Milton Keynes Dons. cuts inside, then tries to throw the ball forward, but fouled. And it's a goal kick to Pompey, as polite applause ripples around the stadium MK. And the scene here this afternoon is of one goal packed to the rafters behind it, and almost as many fans in the remaining 3/4 of the stadium. And in fact, I've just noticed the upper tier, apart from the Pompey end, is not even open. Here's Donahue. Nice bit of footwork from him out to Clark. Eased to Walks, who crosses the halfway line, then pumps the ball forward, aimed towards Pittman and Kennedy, finds neither, headed away, picked up by Donahue for the throw, taken quickly. Here's Pittman on this near touchline, resplendent in new blue boots this afternoon, to Matt Clark, and we haven't really made enough of it during the game, although we did beforehand, making his 100th appearance for Pompey this afternoon. And scored 4 goals, hint a handball there by MK Dons in his previous 99 games. Upson sprays the ball out to the left-hand side. What a good ball that was to Lewington. Forward it goes to Cisse, the Mali international. Suddenly, you can see the confidence coursing through the veins of MK Dons, who haven't won under their new manager. Here's Powlett, the left winger on the right-hand side. Now Pompey are on the back foot. Here's Britton. Can't get hold of the ball momentarily, as the ball is slipped out into touch by Thompson. And it's a throw into Milton Keynes Dons, level with the edge of the penalty area. And it's the home side, remember, who are leading by 1-0. Here on Pompey Live, which is brought to you by Kingsley's Bar in Osborne Road. For that perfect night out with friends, find them on facebook.com/Kingsley's Bar. Here come the Dons on this right-hand side with Williams, cuts it back. Here's Powlett, shot charged down well by Thompson, throwing his body in the way. Here's Williams, right-hand side of the top, dangerous ball into the box, just blocked by Dion Donahue. Pompey opened up there, and it's cleared up towards the halfway line by Matty Kennedy. And those are dangerous moments. Ugbo has it again, tries a shot, and it's just wide, and it's a corner, so it either took a deflection or McGee got a touch on it.
Saved by McGee. Decent save from McGee. Probably getting caught earlier on there with Kennedy not picking up the lane who got the cross in. Fortunately the cross wasn't the best, but near MK had a little opportunity, if that's the right word. Pompey have to be aware when they do attack, they do look quite bright.
Powlett will take the corner on this near side. Right-footed ball into the penalty area. There's Matt Clark beaten! There was Upson! Ball breaks to Williams! Pompey, now marking was slack there, was Wootton. He got the header in, he got away from Matt Clark, and suddenly it's MK Dons who are pressing.
Free header, marking from the corner.
Here's Britton on the right-hand side, delivers a ball into the box too high, aimed towards the Marley man. Cisse over on that far side, and it's won back by Gareth Evans. He's won it back well. Pompey might be able to break here if they can keep it in, but it went out of play, and it's a throw-in midway inside their own half. It's Milton Keynes 1, Pompey 0.
Pompey's marking from corners again, and I think, although I might not know too much about it, big save from McGee on the line there, big save. A worry again. He come in late, the big centre half, is it?
Woolverton.
Yeah, and no one with him. I can't believe no one is meant to pick him up from set pieces.
Here's Powlett.
Yeah, Pompey are rattled now. I mean, you were right in that they did dominate the first 20 minutes, but since the goal, Milton Keynes have had the best of it, and Pompey do look rattled.
Pompey, remember, still searching for their first win of 2018. As it goes behind, it's a goal kick to Pompey. 37 minutes played. Milton Keynes 1, Pompey 0. IK Ugbo with the goal, the 19-year-old in the first minute.
Decent balls, sorry Mark, they're getting decent balls inside and outside our fullbacks and causing us a few problems in the last 5-10 minutes.
But so were Pompey before that. Matt Kennedy prominent. Ball up in the air on the halfway line. Down it comes for Upson to spray the ball out to this near side to Britton. He's got Kennedy in front of him. Plays it inside to Powlett, who's roving around. Sees the ball once again, tries to thread it through to Ugbo. Almost reaches Agard. Across comes Matt Clark to deal with the danger. Did it go out of play? It did. So it's a throw-in deep inside Pompey territory on this near side. What to talk about at half-time. Most notably, how goals change games. Is Britton playing 1-2 with Peter Powlett. Can't go on the end of the return. Cleared by Dion Donoghue. Puts the ball out into touch. In front of the Milton Keynes manager, Dan Michichi, who has never played professional football. As it slipped in to Cisse. Back to Upson. To Lewington. Who advances forward. Lewington was bombed out under the previous manager Nielsen, having made 550 odd appearances for Milton Keynes, but he's returned to the fold under the new manager, made a player coach to boot, as it's played long down that far touchline. You see that a lot in football, don't you, Alan, that players booted out, don't feature at all, and then suddenly, in the case of Lewington, he's back in the side, the key player and their captain.
No, say players are disgruntled, if that's again the right word to say, are brought in by the new manager or coach, and you will see normally an upturn in form.
Milton Keynes have lost their 2 games under Michichi, it has to be said, since he took over on the 23rd of Jan.
Yeah, well, I think they beat QPR, didn't they, in the cup, is that right, the other week, last week. But I mean, he's new to the job. We always know that they will want to play football if and when possible. I don't know if they'll change it, I don't think so. And look, if you look at this game, in a nutshell, if you don't take your chances, you're going to invite a bit of pressure away from home wherever you are. And they have one real attack and then put it in then. And as we say, goals change games, all the cliches. And I think the manager, Kenny, will be scratching his head, thinking, well, what more can we do? We seem to be saying it in most games lately. We're not clinical enough. We're not putting away when chances do come. You need to be more clinical.
As Matt Kennedy gives chase, challenges for the ball, Pittman. Callum Britton, rather, who comes out on top. And it's a free kick on the halfway line to the home side. The flow of this game has been interrupted. It was Powlett who won the free kick. It was all Pompey until the home side scored on 21 minutes. IK Ugbo putting it into the back of the net after McGee had initially saved the shot after a good attack. I think it was Powlett's ball from the left-hand side, as it goes out of play over on that far touchline. And since then, it's all been Milton Keynes. They should be called the Code Breakers, Funky. Might help endear them to the world of football, a decent nickname, perhaps. And ditch the Dons bit. Controversial, I know. I don't think that wins them any friends, does it?
But their brand is all brand Milton Keynes, not Bletchley, isn't it? But
Because it's in Bletchley, isn't it?
It is, yes, we are in Bletchley, yeah. If anyone out there hasn't been to the Bletchley Code Breaking Museum, I recommend it.
I haven't. Is it good?
Oh, it's superb.
There's a neat piece of footwork and skill from Peter Powlett on the halfway line. Releases Britton. This is dangerous. Pompey backpedaling. Ball into Agard in the middle. Pompey stretch. Cleared by Clark. Pompey were at breaking point then. Still, it's the home side. Here's Ugbo, the goal scorer. Tries to take it past Thompson. Intervening is Matt Clark, and he's won the ball back. And release Ben Close. Now, Pompey might have an attack on here. Bombing forward is Evans. Also going forward is Walks over on that far right-hand side. Suddenly it's Milton Keynes Dons who are backpedaling. Pompey pressing on the right-hand side. Infield it comes to Ronan. Plays the ball into the box. It's behind Pittman, though. And he tries in vain to keep it in play. He does do so. Did well. Donny, who has it, back to Pittman, who's returned from the touchline. Tries a shot. Comes off Upson. And it's picked up by the home side, but given straight back to Pompey. Here's Pittman on the edge of the box. Tries to thread it through. Kennedy, here's a chance!
Offside.
Flag up on the far side.
Pittman delayed it too long. He should have played it when he first thought about it. Kennedy would have been onside, and then he sort of questioned it in his own mind and then decided to play the ball, and Kennedy was offside. We're going back to the incident at the other end, but Pompey just all over the place defensively. When they eventually managed to scuff the ball clear, they had seven players in blue shirts, let alone the goalkeeper in their box, and they were still struggling to defend.
It was Powlett's skill on the halfway line that started that attack. And we were talking earlier on about the cerebral tactical approach taken by some managers. Well, it seems to have paid off so far for the home side.
You can't argue with it, can you? I mean, yeah, they're being fair play. It doesn't matter what I say, they're 1-0 up, and that's all that matters.
I mean, they have, I don't think, giving away any trade secrets to say that they have struggled a little bit to cope with their new system, but I think they're growing into it, MK.
Helped by Pompey, who trailed by 1-0. And we've got 2 minutes to go to half-time. Free kick, though, for the Blues, over on that far side, which will be taken by Ben Close. Pompey attacking the goal in front of the Pompey fans. Right-footed ball into the penalty area from Close. Meeting the ball is Matt Clark, who can only head it tamely at Lee Nichols, the MK goalkeeper, who gathers safely. Disappointing in front of all those fans thus far. And there's only 2 minutes if Pompey going to score at that end. Always had added excitement. See a Pompey goal right in front of you. Here come the home side again. Here's Powlett, causing all sorts of problems. 22 yards, tries his shot, comes off Clark, cleared back to Upson, who's harried by Connor Ronan. Back to Lewington. Those two keeping hold of the ball comfortably. Back to Wootton, the centre half. He plays it patiently through to Powlett. And this is neat football here from the home side, and doesn't quite release.
Pompey got lucky there actually, Martin, because Powlett's ball was poor. But the ball was fed into his feet about 10-15 yards inside Pompey's half. Everyone dropped off 10 yards and just gave him space to walk into. They're really creating their own problems at the moment, Pompey.
Peter Powlett is a former Aberdeen player. Played a lot of games for them, signed in the summer, has enjoyed an injury-hit spell thus far here. And he looks a good player at this level. Here's Dion Donoghue for Pompey, advancing forward. Pointing forward is Kenny Jackett, out on the edge of his technical area. In support is Matt Kennedy, making the overlap. Receives the ball, can he conjure up another cross? He's got Williams in front of him. Patient from Pompey, back it comes Donny, who does deliver a ball into the box, not a bad ball. Will it break for Evans? Tries a shot, blocked, cleared by MK and Cisse. Back out to this near side to Kennedy. Pompey can't stick one of these balls away. Here's Connor Ronan, edge of the penalty area, comfortably at the keeper. And there will be 2 minutes added as the 45 is up. And that is another shot from Pompey, but they can't seem to direct their shots into the corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shots. And a good save from Brett Pittman as the flag goes up on this near side. From the assistant, who've been in the news a lot, the assistants, haven't they? If you watch Match of the Day. Endless debates over offside and what have you. Where do you stand on VAR, Alan?
I think it will be a plus when they know how to use it.
Here's Ronan on the left-hand side. Get past this man, Britton. Cross, shot towards the near post. Comfortably at the keeper, whether it was a cross or a shot. Yeah, they haven't quite got the hang of it yet, have they?
No, there's a few TV problems with it, but
seems to take an age.
Yeah, I mean, I think they've got to understand it and believe in what they're doing. I think there's got to be more understanding between the person in the studio and the referee on the pitch.
They had teething troubles when they brought in crossbars, though, didn't they?
And the offside law, as it's played forward by MK,
I remember it there.
Put into the stand, and by Oliver Hawkins. If you hear the one where, I think it was at Liverpool, where there was a conversation between referee and assistant, the and it didn't put them in a particularly good light, did it, the nature of the conversation?
Well, there was one in Germany where they referred to VAR and they couldn't give a decision on it because someone was waving a flag in front of the camera.
But the conversation at Liverpool, as the ball's out of play over that far side, thrown to Pompey in the right full-back position, was, did you see it? I don't know. No, I didn't. I'm giving a penalty.
That's basically like us.
Well, it is like us. As there is the half-time whistle. There's plenty to ponder about for Kenny Jackett in the dressing room at half-time. The half-time score, Milton Keynes 1, Pompey 0.
Well, again, a strange game there.